fucking minutes. That's all it's been. It's been 5 minutes and he's already talking shit. What up, Jugs? What a fucker. What's going on, y'all? Yeah, what's going on? Hail Married week. Let me shut the door before I get yelled at. No Giants flag, but no blue light either. That was the only way I could think of how to respond with that finish of that game. It was a tie, so it's not a blue light because it's not a loss, but it's not a win, so we don't get to rock the banner neither. I see you got your Bills loud and proud. Yeah. A lot of crazy stuff happened in football this week, and we're going to get into all of that in just a few moments. But first, I want to touch on something a little more festive. As some of you know, it's December. It's about to be Christmas time, and we are on DMG TV. And oh, we can't hear you. Hold on. What do you mean they can't hear you? Why is that? Go ahead and talk for me, F. The fuck? I don't understand. Let me look.
If you can hear me.
Talk now? Oh, you should be good now. Is that good? Is that better, yo?
Is it better, guys? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me new?
Can you hear me new?
Affin is low as fuck. I hear her now. Okay, good.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, for whatever reason, it changed a window on my Discord audio on OBS. I don't know why, but I just had to put it back and it's all good. But whatever. Okay, so what? Yeah, as Af was saying, what's up, Mace? What's up, Panda? What's up, Blaze? B-Dubs? Holy shit, the whole crew's here. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Look at you two. Look at us, right? Just look at us.
I look a hot mess today. It's raining here. It's damp.
I mean, I still look good.
You always look good.
So do you. So yeah, Christmas coming up. Tomorrow is the first official day of the DMG Christmas event.
Yep. I'm gonna be streaming on Friday on the event.
I was gonna say we're gonna be streaming, but not Hail Married. Hail Married falls on a Tuesday. The event is from Wednesday to Saturday for 3 weeks, so it's just outside of Hail Married. We're not going to be doing any Christmas Hail Married stuff. But we'll still be here on Tuesdays.
Up as an elf, so you guys will get to see that on Friday. I have an elf costume, already got it. So I'll be wearing that and streaming something. Don't know what yet, but we'll be streaming.
What you mean? We know what we're streaming? What you mean? Shit. We just ain't gonna tell them yet. That's all. We totally know what we're streaming.
Okay.
Oh fuck yeah! So that'll be a good time. There's a lot of dope homies. Fucking motherfuckers are getting on this schedule last minute still. Like I got people still texting me, DMing me, being like, "Oh, can you add me on such and such time?" So that's cool. It's going to be a lot of fun, y'all. There's going to be a D&D one shot, a Christmas D&D one shot. There's and that is featuring me. It's featuring Cassie. It's featuring Blaze as a DM. Lulu's going to be there. What's up, Lulu? Runa's going to be involved. That's going to be a dope time. There's going to be, I don't even know how to describe Lulu's project, but Lulu's got a whole bunch of shit going on for us this year. We're going to be involved with a couple of things for them. That's exciting. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit down the pipeline. There's a lot of fun fact. Shy's going to be on the DMG event this time. She kind of missed the Halloween one aside from DMCA, but should be on a Christmas event this time around. Anyone you're looking forward to see? Af?
Everybody. Just looking for, everybody. Are we following up with like how we did last year? Like after everybody got hung out in Discord, maybe had some drinks and stuff like that.
That actually hasn't been decided on yet, but I'm sure it will. I'm literally making the schedule right now. Who is making these last minute time slots? Message me, brother. I got you, dog. Yeah, so there's a possibility of one still to be determined. I told them we need a time slot ASAP, and they still haven't gotten back to us. It's been about half an hour, so I'll follow up with them again after I'm done here, and I'll get to you. All right. Storybook game show. I'm gonna go hard in this event. Hell yeah, Shy. Okay, so tons of fun with that DMG Christmas event. Look forward to that. Let's move on to some football stuff. There's been a lot of news this week. More so, there's been a lot of news today. Like today and yesterday had all the crazy news.
Yeah,
So
we have
like,
breaking news. First, is this the first? No, well, maybe second time that we've had breaking news.
what's the
on
breaking
the-
news?
on
What's the breaking news,
break-
Afton Scheffler?
The breaking news is that I don't know if you guys are familiar with what used to be the quarterback of the Panthers, Baker Mayfield, who was also
Former number 1 draft pick,
Yeah.
Baker
he
Mayfield.
played for the Browns. He was drafted number 1 overall, probably 4 or 5 years ago, maybe now.
Something like that.
Something like that. I think he's a Heisman Trophy winner as well.
He came in the same league. He came in the same year as Saquon.
Okay, well, they waived him. So they waived him, and the Rams picked him up just right before we started the show.
Baker Mayfield now Los Angeles Rams quarterback, and probably starting because they ain't got no one else. They were going to put the punter in at this point.
Oh, he could be starting. They play Thursday night, I think, against the Saints, or I think it's against the Saints, right? Or
so that's news. Other breaking news: Titans fired GM.
Yeah.
So the Titans
fired GM.
parted ways with their GM.
Season, but we'll talk more about that, later on.
Right. Yeah, we will. And then other breaking news is Jimmy Garoppolo not out for the season. Does not have a Liz Frank injury. Instead, doesn't need surgery.
Leg or foot. I mean,
could be back as in time for playoffs, basically. So if San Fran makes it to the playoffs, they might have a fresh Jimmy G to contend with. So that could be huge for them. Let's move on to some clips here. Of course, why would they work?
Shai said, "How about the Browns versus the Houston Texans?"
That's not what I wanted. What in the goddamn?
What did
That's
you do?
definitely not what I wanted. I mean, it's just deciding to all break on me at the last. I've had you understand. I prepare these things ahead of time. Here we go, and it just fucking dies on me.
Like all that work you did was for nothing.
The Browns versus the Houstons. We're not going to cover that. We're not going to cover that. I was going to cover it, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to glorify the Browns winning that game because number one, they ain't win it because of the quarterback coming back.
Yeah.
But they just they won based off of the Texans being that bad. That's all.
I went in the fantasy league that I'm in. I went against someone that had Deshaun Watson and literally only gave him 3 points. Quarterbacks usually score in fantasy if you're not familiar with it. They score over 10.
Deshaun Watson didn't do shit. Deshaun Watson didn't do shit. He looked terrible. He looked terrible against arguably the worst defense in the league. Like he didn't do shit. So yeah, we're not going to cover it because it just wasn't that exciting of a game. It was pretty boring. And the Browns just won simply by showing up. So Browns take any wins we can get. All right, let's move on to the Packers and Bears though. Packers and Bears. So this game was kind of wild. It looked like the Bears were going to kind of pull this one out and just really show the world that the Packers ain't really nothing to be scared of anymore.
Bruna.
Hey, what's up, Bruna? Appreciate the lurk on me. Justin Fields came out playing the way Justin Fields has been playing lately, just unstoppable.
It was the Bears have been Justin Fields has been excellent. He has been a great quarterback. The plays that he makes and stuff, but they'll get a lead and then you'll think they're gonna win it, and then it happens every Sunday or every time they play. They lose it, and it's not because of Justin Fields. Well, sometimes.
Well, specifically, Green Bay Packers beating him is always funny because there's the whole Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears. That's what he's been saying to him every time he goes there.
This time, but
yeah. When you have time, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the upcoming Raiders versus Rams. Oh, that's coming. Don't you worry. I want to hear about the QB that put the blame on himself the other week. Okay, I got you. That's this guy. That's Justin Fields. That's who we're talking about. This guy right here, the Bears quarterback. Yeah.
Wait, I didn't hear about that. He put the blame on himself.
Yeah, when the whole thing with not Sam Darnold. What the hell's the name of it? Zach Wilson came out from the Jets when he didn't put the blame. Like he was blaming, basically saying it wasn't his fault. He lost, but it was. The following week, all the reporters were like, well, this quarterback said it was his fault. This quarterback said it was his fault. Just trying to further prove to everyone, this is why we're making a big deal about this. Because you can't just come out and say some shit like that. Look at all these quarterbacks saying that they will take responsibility.
Zach Wilson's still not playing. And he lost respect for his. I know we're not talking about the Jets right now, but you kind
No,
of brought it up. But he lost
we will
his
be in a moment
defense.
though.
They don't respect him. They showed before the game on Sunday that all the defensive players and some of the offensive players were wearing like shirts that said "fucking Mike White" on it, like supporting Mike White and everything like that. They were saying that's kind of like a
Mike White, the
smack.
backup quarterback to the Jets
Yeah.
that we're not talking about yet. Okay, so the Bears and Packers, though.
You're such an ass sometimes.
Well, I mean,
I'm
we
just
got the
smack
Jets in like
you for this,
3
guys.
games we're going to be covering them. So it's like, I don't want to spend all the time on the Bears and Packers game talking
All
about
right.
the Jets. We only have so
Okay.
much highlight footage here.
All right, go to the next
All
one.
right. All right, we'll go to the Jets.
No, it's fine. Go to the next one. We weren't talking about the Jets.
Next one's the Jets. So, Mike White played. I didn't even catch it. Like, this game was pretty close from what I understood. Like,
They almost
I don't
won it.
know.
They almost came back.
but
You were cooking during the time.
yeah, I was cooking and like, or was this the 1:00 game? I didn't catch this one. I didn't get a chance to see this one much. But yeah, so either way, the Vikings ended up winning this one, moving on to 10-2. The Jets lost. It was close. I didn't catch Mike White's stats. Like, did he do well?
I mean, he did. He can't like he did like shitty like the first like couple quarters and stuff, but fourth quarter, I don't know. They almost came back and won it.
Yeah,
So.
Definitely showing good leadership quality and all of that there, huh? Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe it just yet. You know what I mean? Like, I want to believe that Mike White might be the replacement there. I don't know. Zach Wilson, that whole thing, that's such an expensive pick to just give up on him like that. Like, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to make him look bad because that's an investment they made for the Jets at this point. So like for him to look
he might not play the
bad,
rest of the season. I don't know. Maybe he'll play. The Jets play. I believe the Jets play the Bill. Do they play the Bills this week? I think they might play the Bills this week. So I don't know. I'd be interested.
I don't know. We'll check that later too. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to answer Mace's question. Is Wilson done on the Jets? Man, that's a tough answer to give right now because it's like 2 games with without Zach Wilson, and they're 1-1. Granted, one of them was against a really good team. They came close. They battled, but like, I think we're gonna need to see more out of Mike White still before we make that decision. Beat the shit out of him after the verbal abuse right out of him.
I could see them like keeping him benched the rest of the season, Zach Wilson, kind of teach him a lesson, like
31 for 57, 369 yards, 2 interceptions. I mean, 369 yards ain't bad, but how much of that is garbage time and them coming back and stuff like that? Like, he had to throw for that many yards. No touchdowns. I don't know. I mean, they missed their chance to sign Baker Mayfield. No, they didn't. Let me tell you who signed Baker Mayfield, dog. The Los Angeles Rams signed Baker Mayfield. The reason why that's crazy, and this has to do with what Lulu was asking about earlier, the Rams have no one at quarterback right now. They had their starting quarterback was out for the year. They benched him. Was it an injury? Is Stafford injured even? It was concussion.
It was because of concussion, and they said that he's not coming back. So I don't know if it's something they did as far as like they know they're not really in playoff position, like if they're just like playing it safe, you know what I mean? Because he's older. I don't know, or if like there's really something going on with him. But he was out for a concussion. That was like what put him out. I know that.
So you got him that's out. His backup is out, and then I think the third string is out now too. Correct? Am I hearing that right? Do I got that right?
The second string is out.
Just the second string is out, and they didn't have a third string.
I don't even know. Maybe someone from
or they probably did from like the practice squad or some shit like that. Yeah. So like they probably had like
San Fran did,
Yeah, but so they went out and got Baker Mayfield as a desperate, and they're even making it sound like he might be playing Thursday. They got a Thursday night game. That's crazy. That's crazy. If he could turn around and play in 3 fucking days, that's crazy. Do you have any? I mean, okay.
I'll be interested to see how he is, like that's how the offense goes. Well, you got Cooper Kupp's out. Is he out for the whole season, or he's just out on IR for a few games? I forget. I think he might be out for the season, either.
He might be out for the season. I think he got a torn. I think he has a torn ACL. If I'm not sure.
Is it? I wasn't sure if it was the whole season.
So anyway, Jets and Vikings.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. We keep getting derailed here. Jets and Vikings. I don't know, man. I still think the Vikings are my Super Bowl pick. I know they're not really the hot team right now, and you keep saying the Eagles, and I get it. The Eagles look really untouchable
The
right
Eagles
now.
are going to
I'm
go
not
to the Super
saying
Bowl.
the Eagles are
I'm not saying
not
they're winning,
untouchable. What I'm saying is that's just how football playoffs work. Like the perfect team doesn't go most of the time. Like they're the ones that are usually getting knocked out by someone that's just hungrier, honestly.
Look at Cincinnati.
Eagles ain't going. Ooh, that looks like a crazy hit. Maybe we'll see that one later on. What's crazy is, there's something else entirely crazy with that play. I can't wait to show that one off. I got that one in Brutal Hits later. That's a good time. But it's not for that hit. So, yeah, I don't know. Vikings are still my Super Bowl pick is what I'm getting at here. But let's move on.
To win the Super Bowl or just to go?
Just to go for the NFC.
Just go.
Let's go here. Jacksonville and Detroit. So these are two teams that I'm pretty sure are not going to the Super Bowl on either side of the ball, on either side of the conference.
Lawrence got out. He got injured too. He's out. I forgot about that.
He's actually not doing that bad. He might be ready to go as early as this week.
Remember they took him out. That's why,
they did take him out, but it was nothing serious. Like they went and checked everything. He might be back as early as this week. There was a lot of quarterbacks that got hurt this week. A lot of quarterback movements this week, y'all. So we're just trying to keep it all in, reel it all in. Like every time we want to talk about a new team, it's just like, oh, hold on. Don't no one click that link. This is fun. That's an extensive ass fucking offer there. Jesus. Oh shit. No, let's not go to their fucking page now. God damn it.
Oh, no.
There we go.
Oh no.
Fuck. We got it. We're good, boys. Okay. Eagles ain't going. Yeah. So like, let's talk about this team. The Jaguars and Lions, they battled. 2 4-7 teams going into this. Jamal Williams continues to score touchdowns like it ain't nobody's business. You know, the guy that I fucking dropped like week 3 or 4 in fantasy because he wasn't doing shit for me. Then all of a sudden he goes on to have the most touchdowns in the league.
Swift still in fantasy?
I have Swift still, but he's not doing what Williams is doing. Either way. Getting ahead of myself. Trevor Lawrence looked good up until his injury. The Lions look good. The Lions don't look bad.
They're coming. I'm telling you. Watch out for them next year. Watch out. They're clicking. You know?
I mean, it's crazy because of the NFC East, right? If you see the NFC East, their whole division is just crazy good as far as records go right now. There's a good chance that whole division could go to the playoffs, making no room for wild card positions throughout the rest of the NFC. What's wild about that is you have teams like the Lions, who right now are 4-7, but they've won several in a row, I think, at this point. And they can easily go on a tear to where they can make a run for a potential playoff record. Something like, I don't know. I mean, at this point, they can go 10-7, right? That's not terrible. That's potential for wild card position. 10-7 is not the worst record in the world.
Look at Tom Brady's division. You got
right, and that's what I was going to say. The rest of the conference isn't really that competitive to where 10-7 wouldn't be a reasonable record to make the playoffs if it wasn't for the NFC East. But because the NFC East exists, that's kind of making a mess of things right now. Then you have San Fran's division, who Seattle, believe it or not, is doing incredibly well and is in the hunt for wildcard position right now. So it's kind of still up in the air as to who can make it for playoffs, but the Lions are not quite out of it yet, and I wouldn't go as crazy as saying there's no chance for them to get in there. But if they do get in there, I'm telling y'all right now, look out for the Lions, because that is a franchise that has been hungry for a long time. The coach is hungry. The coach is super passionate. The team is on board with what he is selling. Like, the team has bought into the coach's scheme.
I like that coach.
This is the recipe for a surprise Super Bowl appearance. I'm not even playing. Like, if this team gets into the playoffs, watch the fuck out, because this is a passionate, hungry team right now. And they will surprise some folk. Yeah. The Lions have good karma because they let the Bills use their stadium. What up, Gangrene?
What's up, Gangrene?
He's hungry for kneecaps. Oh, fuck. Right? So, yeah, just throwing it out there. The Lions look kind of crazy. Not saying they're going to break any records or they're even going to do crazy good, for the rest of the year. But if they get into the playoffs, just watch. I'm telling y'all. Let's move on.
Yep. Because I got nothing to lose.
You want to make you want to rip the Band-Aid off for Mace real quick? Just rip it off real quick. Like, let's just get it done and
What?
over with, right? Right?
What for my out chair?
No, not that. Just for the
Oh,
spoilers.
sorry,
just for the game coverage in general. Oh man,
sorry, Silent. This is gonna
Gangrene
be.
couldn't have showed up at a better time.
You're not gonna like. Sorry, Silent Man's gonna warn you now. You're probably not gonna like the rest of the show from here on out. I'm sorry. Gangrene, you're gonna love it. Blaze, you'll love it.
All right, so the Eagles and Titans. This game was like, it was hard to watch for me. I'll say that. The Titans battled. I'm not gonna lie. The Titans fucking battled. The Titans. Why do you only talk about our games when we lose? That's not entirely true. Look, man. Okay, there is a formula to what I do to pick games on here, right? I look at the Bills game. I look at the Giants game. If they're relevant, we will talk about it. If it's another Bills blowout, the way everyone expected it to be another Bills blowout, we ain't gonna talk about it. Surprise, surprise. We ain't talking about the Bills this week. There's no need to talk about the Bills this week. They put it to the Patriots. It was not a problem. Like ain't no need to talk about that.
See Mac Jones going off on the sidelines of that game. Oh,
I
he
didn't.
was going off on
Was
the
he?
offensive coordinator, Patricia, whatever. I don't know his first name, but I just know his last name is Patricia.
Old Lions coach Matt Patricia.
Him. Yeah, Matt.
So the Eagles game we talk about because you're not gonna like this, bro. But this was a revenge game for AJ Brown. We brought it up last week too, and my God, did he go to fucking Tennessee and go to Philly and get his revenge against Tennessee because AJ Brown went off. I mean. AJ Brown went to not to take anything away from Jalen Hurts. The whole Eagles offense just looked good as they have. They continue to shine the way that they have been. But like, yeah, AJ Brown definitely showed up and was like, I'm gonna show y'all what y'all gave up.
And I think Tennessee's a good team, like good defense, good, for the most part, and good offense for the most part. Like, and they just fucking blew them out of the water.
I wouldn't say they blew them out of the water. They definitely.
I mean, come on, AJ Brown whooped that ass.
Oh, I didn't like this play.
And then what? The next day, their coach gets fired, or not their coach,
their GM
gets fired.
Let's talk about that for a minute while we have Tennessee up and we're talking about that. I wanna have an official statement. I asked our, local Tennessee, but I asked our Tennessee representative for an official statement about the GM's firing. And his reply was simply, fuck the Eagles. And I gotta say, I agree, but more seriously, he goes, just kind of saying that there was a combination of things. The GM apparently didn't discuss it with the owner prior to trading AJ Brown to the Eagles. Big no. They were thinking it makes sense for AJ Brown to go from the Tennessee, from what they were saying. This is referring to Eric, Silent Mace, rather, y'all. So Mace was saying that like AJ Brown was going to expect big money, as he deserved. Clearly, dude's a fucking monster. Tennessee wasn't going to be willing to pay him big money because they have Derrick Henry. They're much more of a running based offense. That's just how that's their scheme. That's how football teams work. They have a scheme, they stick to it. This scheme was going to be more run heavy, so why pay big money for a big name receiver when you're not going to be throwing it to him as much as another team will? You know what I mean? So let's get as many draft picks and whatever we can out of that capital wise to continue to build the scheme that we are already sold into. So it makes sense for AJ Brown to go. Then that was supposed to free up some salary cap to be able to pay for a defender, and that never happened. Evidently, Jeffrey Simmons was supposed to get paid, but he didn't. So there's a lot of talk as to why the GM got fired. I honestly look at it and just think like they've been right there for so long. Like Tennessee came out of nowhere. Tennessee used to be like, a bottom of the barrel team. And then out of nowhere, they've just had winning season after winning season after winning season, even playoff contention, number 1 seed last year in the AFC. So like they're not a bad team, but they're always just kind of puttering out at the end of the year. It could be because, some people could look at Ryan Tannehill. Some people could look at like the more old school traditional way of playing the offense, running the offense. There's a lot of different factors that it could be, but it's just, clearly there needs to be some sort of change. What's happening right now ain't working. So maybe a new GM could bring in to what could.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Who knows?
6 straight winning seasons. Yeah, exactly. You could hate us all you want. It's all good. Yeah, I know. Speaking of hating things, let's move on. Washington and the Giants. Ready for the next Band-Aid rip? What a fucking game this was. And there's nothing else to say about this. You simply look at this game and you say, what a game. It wasn't a good game. It wasn't a bad game. It was a game. Because it was a tie. There was no victor. There was no loser. It was a tie. At the end of the day, neither one of us knows who is better at that moment. So it was a tie. And who the fuck knows how to feel about ties in football, right? Like, what do you do? You can't get excited because you didn't win. You can't get upset because you didn't lose. So you just sit there. The rest of the day, you're just kind of melancholy. And it's just like, you got white lights on, but you got no flag. Yeah, what was the point? Yeah. Exactly. And what makes matters worse is going back to what I was saying about the NFC East being such a competitive division. It's needed.
Like
I
mean,
baseball,
there shouldn't be ties.
But how long are you going to sit there and watch two teams go back and forth trying to miss the same fucking 60-yard field goal? Like, there's player health to be considered. Nah, you can't really do that. It's easy for us as the viewers to say that. But imagine if you had to show up to work and work, 20 extra shifts overtime because somebody in the stands said, nah, they should just keep going. I mean, granted, they get paid millions of dollars, but
in baseball, so they can do it in baseball,
Yeah. Yeah, that's just more time for player injuries to occur and stuff like that.
Right.
The better option would be like do something like they do with hockey, where there's a shoot-off or a shootout and shit like that. So like, maybe make a kickoff, like whoever kicks the furthest wins or some dumb shit like that. I don't know. I'm sure the higher powers that be can come up with better ideas than I could. Yeah, exactly. The XFL makes it work. Yeah, because that's clearly working so well.
Start the XFL?
Which the newest one? No, the newest one has not started yet. I think they're starting right after Super Bowl in February.
Okay, because The Rock owns that.
Yeah, but I mean, that's exactly it. The XFL has tried and failed.
Mayfield next year, maybe, possibly, if things don't go good with the Rams.
There's that. There's the USFL that's coming back. So like, there's a couple of other leagues that Baker can go to. I could see that working out. Or he could just be a career backup too. That's always a possibility as well. But yeah, I mean, the Giants, I don't even want to say they played bad because they didn't. They're still the same problems they've always had. They just don't have the explosive offense we need. We don't have any receivers, so when we throw the ball downfield, sometimes they catch it, but sometimes they don't. I've seen 3 plays in a row. The guy threw the ball down the field. Daniel Jones throws the ball down the field. There was a drop. There was a really shitty pass interference call, and then I forget what it was. Some bad penalty call. And it was just like, this is why we don't throw the ball. We can't get anyone to catch it. Anyway.
You got Saquon being a running back and a receiver. That the play that passed, Daniel Jones was throwing the ball to Saquon.
Yeah, they do that a lot. That's because same thing with the Titans, except Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry, so who cares? But when you have a back as explosive as Saquon Barkley in the backfield, it's like you can't just hand the ball off to him and expect the defense to not suspect that. You know what I mean? So like you have to get him in the mix-up other ways. You have to find other ways of getting him involved other than just handing the ball off to him. So that's why they throw it to him a bunch. Y'all are definitely missing OBJ. I don't know about that. I'm not saying I wouldn't enjoy getting OBJ. I'm just saying like
OBJ. I don't even want to talk about him.
That's what I'm saying.
Like all you see, all I hear on football,
and it's so perfect for him.
Where's he go? Mm-hmm. And then like how they had to glamorize him going to the Mavericks game and going to visit Dallas and just annoyed. That's constantly what they want to talk about. It's like he might not even be able to play. Like they're talking about he might not be able to play the rest of the season from his ACL injury. Like I just read an article about that through Adam Scheffler. Like he said that, they're like some teams were concerned with him like not being ready.
Right. And I mean, for good reason. How many games has he played versus how many games has he had to sit out because of injury? Right. So I mean, between that, the diva shit, I don't miss that in our locker room. Like, I don't know. I like the culture where the Giants are at now. Talented or not at wide receiver, I don't really know if I want that back again, unless he's going to just show up and work the way that, he needs to. in which case, yeah, we'll take him. Bring your mouth too. I don't care as long as you fucking, put out the numbers to back that up. If she'd still wear his jersey if he goes to Dallas, her response was fuck no. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I get that. If that's hard. That's hard to say because like I don't know if he went to Dallas if I would stop wearing his jersey or not. But anyway, that game ended in a tie. I don't have a jersey of his anyway, so it doesn't matter. This was a crazy game. San Fran and Miami. You want to touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, Tua, like he didn't look good in this game.
I don't think he looked that bad.
He didn't look like how he's been dominating the last 6 games that he's been playing straight, or the last 6 games that he played, or whatever.
Well, he wasn't going against the San Francisco defense the last 6 games straight, neither.
Their defense, oh boy.
Let's be honest, Jimmy Garoppolo is not exactly the greatest quarterback in the world. He's not the reason San Fran is doing as well as they're doing. The defense has been the reason. Like, as long as Jimmy G can put up enough points to win games, the defense is going to make sure that number doesn't have to be that high. So for the Dolphins to even show up, be able to score points against this defense the way that they did, that's saying something as is.
Tyreek Hill's nasty. Like he's just, I think he might be one of the best receivers.
Oh yeah, how about first play of the game? First play of the game, there was a fucking little slant route here that Tua throws to number 14 there, and he just hauls ass for a touchdown. First play of the game.
I thought this game was gonna be like high. You even said it too, high scoring and stuff like that, but it really wasn't.
Yeah, it kind of petered out. Jimmy G ended up leaving the game with an injury, so that didn't help.
He hurt. Did you hear Tua might be hurt too?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. There's still, hopefully he's gonna play, but he there's a chance he might have an injury. They took him out at the game at the end.
Yeah. Wow. Miami offense is kind of mid-level. Tell me you haven't been paying attention without telling me you haven't been paying attention. Miami's offense is quite possibly the best offense of all of football right now.
Yeah,
there's no way you can call them mid-level. Between Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, like there's just no.
I have Tyreek Hill in fantasy, and let me tell you, he's won me many of games with how many points.
This offense is anything other. Like there's no
AFC,
other way to describe them other than explosive.
Their offense is at least the last couple games. Maybe not consistently like the Chiefs can be sometimes, but like no, they have been very dominant.
Yeah, I would say they're at least top 5 offense in all of football. There's no questions asked about that.
Until this game, Tua was going to be the MVP, like talking about him being the MVP between him and Jalen Hurts. But since this game, he's out of the talk. I
mean, you go against a solid defense.
I mean, he went down, and I shouldn't say he's out of the talk. He just
he's not out of the talk. He just went down a little bit because he wasn't.
Yeah, because Josh Allen people still talk about him, but he's not as up there as Jalen Hurts, as Tua, I think at one point even Geno Smith was a candidate for MVP.
Well, yeah, at one point Geno Smith was untouchable. He was doing great every game. Consistency is not there. I like Tua. The only reason consistency hasn't been there with Miami is because of Tua's absence when he had a couple of concussions and injuries that he had to leave the game for and all that stuff.
People need to give him a chance. I feel like last year the coach didn't want him to. The coach wanted Deshaun Watson. They weren't. The coach wasn't behind him. Didn't back him. They have a different coach now that is full on in and giving him opportunity and I'm impressed.
Yeah. Miami's offense, the whole team looks incredible to me. Tua looks good.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, and I hate to say it because they're in my division and I'm a Bills fan, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see them in the Super Bowl. Like they make playing hard come playoffs,
Possibility. But they didn't win this one. No. They fell to the 49ers defense, like you've been saying. Tua just didn't play the way that he has been. He just wasn't able to do what he could against the defense that, he's used to doing against others. But Miami loses. I still think they're super competitive. I still think they're definitely a contender for the playoffs, as is San Francisco, even without Jimmy G. I think they're both super contenders right there. So we'll see.
What about their quarterback? Is kind of they call him Mr. Irrelevant because he was the last pick of the draft, similar to a Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's something crazy to talk about. There's a good chance not a good chance, but if the 49ers go on to do well and this quarterback plays well, all of a sudden, the last pick of the draft is, going on to win the first, at least going on to appear in the playoffs with a dominant team. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Crazy.
He's pretty good.
Pretty good. That's a good one.
My prediction is Bills Vikings at this point.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah, I was saying that earlier in the year. I'm still sold on the Dolphins.
I'm saying Bills Eagles. I'm saying Bills Eagles. And the Bills are going to win it all. That's my prediction.
All right. Let's see here. This is the KC and Cincinnati game. Chiefs and Bengals. A lot of people are comparing this it's funny too, because I told you this going into this game. We're sitting down to watch football on Sunday, if you remember, me and you. And I was saying that this is kind of reminding of like either Patrick Mahomes and fucking Josh Allen, or Patrick Mahomes and this guy. Why can't I remember anyone's name right now? Joe Burrow. Jesus Christ. Either one of them, or even all three of them, really. The next Peyton and Tom Brady, next Peyton Manning and Tom Brady rivalry going on there, because both as Peyton Manning used to be on the Colts, Tom Brady on the Patriots, both in the AFC.
Does that mean Joe Burrow is the Eli to Patrick Mahomes?
Ain't nobody saying anything about Eli. I said Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Ain't nobody saying anything about Eli.
Him all the time.
Yeah, but Eli was in a different division, a different conference, so they would play each other in the Super Bowl. Yeah, he did. Peyton beat him. Peyton beat Tom Brady. Yeah.
I'm saying not during the Super Bowl like Eli did.
He didn't play him in the Super Bowl. He didn't have a chance to. They were both in the same conference. That's what I'm saying. It works because of that. And that's why Cincinnati and Kansas City, both in the same conference. That's why or Buffalo for that matter. And it was just funny to me though, because I was sitting down there and telling you about, possibly being another Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. And then every fucking analyst in football is saying the same thing after this game. And it's just like, man, I was just saying that. That's cool to hear. But yeah, I mean, this is the kind of level of play that you'd expect from these two teams. They just kind of both went off and battled as they do. And who ended up winning this one? Chiefs ended up winning this one, right? No, that's right. The Bengals won this one. Cincinnati won this one. That's right.
Cincinnati won this one. That's why I said he's Eli, because
I get what you're saying. Yeah. Eli never beat him in the regular season, though. Not in the regular season. Eli would get his ass kicked in the regular season.
Burrow, Patrick Mahomes has yet to beat Joe Burrow when they've gone against each other. So, he has his number.
Yeah, either way. 27-24. Cincinnati takes that one.
I won't be surprised if Cincinnati makes it all the way. Like they did last year.
Last game to cover here. Raiders and Chargers. I don't know if anyone's been paying attention or not. Lulu, this includes you. The Raiders are 4-0 in the last 4 games.
Maybe they're finally clicking. Because they look like shit in the beginning.
Yeah, no shit. Do I got that right? Hold on. Raiders last 4 games. I think it's...
No, they're only 4-7. So that means they won, like...
They're 5-7.
Well, yeah, 5-7 now, but...
Either way. I know they won, like, a crazy amount in a row for the Raiders. Like, the Raiders were supposed to be shit. Bengals beat Chiefs 3 times 2022. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Bengals definitely got the Chiefs number, huh? Wait, how 3 times? Oh, right, because this year's 22. Oh, fuck. That's right. They played them late in the year last year.
The AFC Championship were Cincinnati and Kansas City. I said that already. Wow.
Right. I know, but that was one time. You're right. Either way, the Raiders are looking good right now. That's what I was getting at. And they are, again, this is one of those things that I was just like, yeah, we're not exactly going to see a playoff berth out of them probably, but fuck, it's something to be hopeful for with the Raiders. Raiders fans seeing Devontae Adams, Raiders fans seeing Derek Carr's about to have this crazy good year. All these good hype rumors going on. This huge hype being generated in the offseason. And then they just kind of show up and just don't do anything. They ended up like losing. They lost 7 games out of the first however many. Like, that's terrible.
Yeah.
They do so good, then they shit their pants in the Giants method. Yeah, they were doing shitty, but they're fine. I think they're starting to click here. I think everything's starting to come together, and the team's starting to click.
Devontae Adams are starting to have a connection because I mean he made some big plays this game.
And you got Josh Jacobs as a running back. He's been playing great.
Jacobs, yeah, he's been playing fantastic. He was my runner-up last week for my MVP.
One last 3. Thank you, Mace. 4 out of the 5.
Okay. I was gonna say I don't think it was 4, but I knew it's been like I thought it was like 2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah, Raiders been on a bit of a tear recently, which is good to see after all the fucking hype. But yeah, Devontae Adams definitely showed up this game. Josh Jacobs, as you can see here, definitely showed up this game as per usual. Josh Jacobs been playing well like the whole season, so that's the Raiders are starting to get it together. What else can I say? Meanwhile, the Chargers, who were supposed to be this dominant team, not looking terrible, but
they have a lot of people injured. They have a lot of people injured as well. They're not very healthy. They're up there with the Rams in injury. Like when it comes to their secondary and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Their offensive line.
Wah. As a Giants fan, I haven't seen a fucking non-injured team in like 7 years.
You guys too, man.
Fucking wah.
You're all injured and you don't have any receivers.
None.
But hey, you're still, you know. You
still
didn't
relevant.
lose, so.
Yeah, didn't lose. That's exactly it. Playoffs, LH. Whew, that's a long shot. The reason why their division is the Chargers, which still have a better record even after losing to them. The Chiefs and the Broncos. Broncos are whatever. Who cares about the Broncos, right? By the way, another year or another week, another time I could say this. If the Broncos put up 18 points, they'd have this crazy good record. Did they even play this week? I don't know.
I don't even know who has buys, or I have to look.
But either way, fucking yeah. Let's move on to. Oh, we gotta do.
What are receivers? You know,
what are receivers? Yeah, no shit.
You guys get rid of the receivers.
They don't need them. They're still doing decent.
Maybe go all the way. You know.
Maybe. Maybe they just need to be knocked down back into this plane of existence and not have those winning seasons anymore, and leave it up to. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm trying to fucking have a good segue into Brutal Carnage, but I can't figure one out. So here's my segue into Brutal Carnage. Okay, first play this week. There was some interesting plays this week. I'll say that. So this one. Okay, I remember this. I wanted to show this one. This isn't really that crazy of a big hit, but more so just great ones doing what great ones do. You know what I mean? And like this was just Patrick Mahomes kind of takes this ball and gets it in his head that he's getting this touchdown and no one's going to stop him. And this was just super cool to watch to see here. He sees it here. I want to pause it right here. Watch where this motherfucker leaps from. He goes from like the 3 or 2 yard line. A yard is 3 feet, y'all. This is like a 6-foot jump into the end zone. Watch this shit. This dude gets all kind of hang time, gets hit into the end zone, gets spun around, actually ends up losing the ball because it was a pretty solid hit. But they recover. Chiefs get a touchdown. It was just crazy good to watch. Anyway, on to the next one. Najee Harris of the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. Watch this hit, y'all. Y'all remember last week when I showed the it was Perrine, the Bengals, when he just fucking slams the guy into the turf and just sends him into fucking next year? Well, Najee Harris just did the same shit into the next millennium. This motherfucker just look at his hit right here. Just plants him into the ground. Get off me. What's crazy about it is not only does he do that, the dude tries to tackle him again in the foot and he still gets out of it and still carries on to get another 4 or 5 yards out of it from the play. Crazy fucking good play. Just absolutely great stiff arm right there. Had to fucking call attention to that. And finally, the last play we talked about earlier when we were showing the Vikings and Jets coverage here. Y'all seen Kirk Cousins take a nasty hit. That's not the play to pay attention to here. Now you'll see, I'm going to pause it a couple of times right here. You'll see the guy comes in from the Jets and he's about to fucking lay into Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is bracing for the hit as he's throwing the ball, as a veteran quarterback would do. Everything being done right, and you know this hit's about to be nasty. That's not the play though. The hit comes, wait. Now he's about to catch the ball, and you see this dude's about to come around and swing that hand in and probably knock this ball out of him, and he's going to just carnage will ensue, right? That ain't it neither, y'all. Pay attention to number 26 here. Watch what happens to number 26. He just collides with his own dude and gets sent into oblivion. Watch this. He just fucking helicopter spins. Horrible, because it was clearly helmet to helmet, but it was on his own guy, so no penalty. But I mean, goddamn. I seen that and was just like, man, that dude got up and forgot where he was. Look at that. He gets up and just, oh shit, where am I?
He did like a side flip. You see that?
Shit was crazy. We'll watch that again. And I mean, to go back, let's see again. There's 3 potential brutal carnages right here. Watch this hit right here. This hit is insane against Kirk Cousins. Boom, he gets flattened. And then like right here, he's about to punch the ball out of him. That doesn't even happen. He holds on to the ball and then gets clobbered by his own guy who goes flying. It's fucking such a fun goddamn play. I see this as like, this is exactly what brutal carnage is. This whole play is brutal carnage. So I had to show that. That was a good one though. Check him for a concussion. God damn, no shit, right? Like the dude just got up and was like, "Oh fuck, I'm under the lights right now." All right, so that's brutal carnage for the week. Only 3 plays this week, y'all. Not a ton of carnage because it was all contained to 1 play. But we do have one last segment to do. Which, from what I understand, is everyone's favorite segment. So we always save this one for last. You ready?
Yep. So
tell us all about your out cheer player of the week.
Again, sorry, Silent Mace, but my out cheer player of the week has to be AJ friggin' Brown. Like, he showed the fuck up and went off and showed Tennessee what they were missing. And when it comes to the long game passes, I mean, Gangrene said it in the chat earlier. There was a play where Jalen Hurts threw him, and then there was like a penalty or he didn't get it. And then the very next play, boom, the same play got the touchdown. Like, he just went off. So,
which is the reason why we downplayed it at the time. It's not that we're trying to fucking snub you or anything. It's just like we got a lot to cover with AJ Brown. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. I wanted to hold that for later. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So he had 8 receptions, 119 yards, averaging 14.9 yards per carry, with 2 touchdowns. That's just and
this
then
one right here. This one right here. Man, I was so mad when I seen this because, like, how the fuck does this happen? Jalen Hurts throws an absolute dime right to him. He's being covered. Like, the man is practically wrapped around him, and he just has such a small window to catch it in, and he makes it. Like, look at this window that Hurts. I hate to compliment the Eagles this much, but goddamn, real recognize real. And this is fucking insane. Look at this. Barely any space at all, but it's right on the fucking money. Right at that goal line. Perfect spot for a touchdown. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine. So my runner-up for, I have to mention him, was going to, if this wasn't a revenge game, I'm sorry, Silent Mace, like, and AJ Brown, like if this was another team, my out cheer player probably would have been Jalen Hurts, because just to give you some stats, okay?
Hold up. Real quick. Can you see this? Do you see the monitor right now? It's zoomed in. Look at the fucking ball placement on that. He caught it off the man's shoulder. I'm sorry.
Crazy. So Jalen Hurts was 29 out of 39, 380 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Can you say MVP? Like,
I don't want to.
Everybody had a great game. Devontae Smith
Stop, they're already dead.
5 receptions, 102 yards, averaging per carry 20.4 yards. So he was getting a first down every time the ball was thrown to him. Come on now, with the touchdown.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it wasn't a good pass, but I mean, like, because no offense, but a decent defender would have definitely stopped that play from happening, for sure. Yeah, I suppose you're right. The hands itself is better there, because just to be able to contain that ball and have that ball control there.
Excuses.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it. Oh my god. But yeah.
Oh yeah, Kelsey. I like him. I like.
Well done though. Good out cheer of the week. That was great. My Eagles MVP will always be Kelsey, the sweetest man in Philly. Yeah, hard to argue. That dude is just a.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of Kelsey, I just had to say real quick. I loved how he, like, before the game, he dressed up as the brother from 21st Dates. the one that like does the workouts and stuff, had the half shirt and like the pants and stuff. Like he was getting ready to work out and stuff. He's just so I like him. He's
Nah,
funny.
Mace, I was agreeing with you, dog. It was a good catch, yeah. Anyway, yeah, so let's look on. So real quick, we do have to point this out. There was some picks last week, right?
Yep. And who won? Who won?
I mean,
Who
it's
won?
hard to argue that I think AF won this one, y'all, because looking at those picks, AF got 10 wins.
Guess who's
And I
doing the
think the
dishes
next
again this weekend? He did the dishes. He's been doing the dishes for 2 days.
Oh my god,
So I have to give him that.
This bitch saved all the dishes.
No,
she
let me
ain't
tell
do
you.
none of the
Let me
dishes.
tell y'all what happened. No. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm doing the dishes the other day, and I'm like,
fuck.
wait, hold up, we had a bet. This motherfucker's supposed to do the dishes. Like here I am sitting here and I'm on the last dish. So I cleaned out the fridge. Like that was the bet.
Oh man. So this week we have new picks to make. Are you ready?
Yes. I got
Rather
my pen
not.
and paper ready because I'm old school.
Hell yeah.
All right, so now we're doing our picks. So I can whoop ass again. Can we talk about how many loss you had? You had more loss. You and I had about the same. I had 10 wins. I think you had 10 losses.
I don't think I had 10 losses, but okay. I did have a lot. I think I had like 6 wins total. It was bad. It was really bad. Bitch manipulated. All right. So game 1, Thursday night game, Raiders at Rams. Who you got? Oh god, what a fucking
Did they start Baker Mayfield? I don't know.
That's such a hard game. There's gonna be a couple hard ones in there. I'm in a group to predict games all season, and whoever has the most wins at the end gets $250 from each person, $12.50 total. I've been in first all season. Hell yeah! By the way, you guys can follow along with picks. We've been putting our predictions into the Hail Mary channel.
Yeah.
On Discord.
Can you make a thing on there like Blaze did last week? And put it on there for everyone that can download it and do their own thing.
I'll have one. We'll have one up and running. Yeah.
So if you guys want to take part in picks and stuff, it'll be in the new section of Discord, Hail Mary, right?
No, it'll be in Hail Married, and there will be a little slot there that says week 14 predictions. We'll make a new one for it when we're ready to.
My bad.
No, you're good. So let's continue on with the picks. So Raiders and Rams. You got that one? Next one is going to be Vikings at Lions. Click on Carnage's face to get the roll. Yes, thank you, LH. So when you go to the Discord, you'll have to make sure you have the appropriate role to be able to see the channel. And in the pick your roles section, if you click on that face, you'll be able to see that. It should say DMG servers is the role you want there. Anyway, just message a mod. Oh my god. So I forgot to tell you about this real quick. This is hilarious. Silent Maze was trying to get his picks in last week, right? And he's not really sure where to put it. The Hail Married section isn't showing up for him. So he's not sure how to make it appear by clicking on my face. He didn't know about that. So he messages a mod. Do you know who he messages?
Who does he message?
He got Damien. Out of all the mods. Oh my god. He gave it his best effort. Damien was just like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, dog. You should have probably asked someone else.
Oh my god.
But I was in voice chat with him, so I'm having him like tell Silent Mace all kind of crazy shit. Then Mace is telling me shit. It was fun. It was just a little fun that we had. But yeah, it was hilarious. We all had a good laugh about it. Let's move on. Best and worst troubleshooting ever. Exactly. Okay, so Vikings and Lions. Do you have a pick? Because I don't.
Yep.
Okay. What's fun about that's a division game. So Ravens Steelers, next one. That's also a division game.
Oh, and Lamar Jackson might not be playing.
Lamar Jackson possibly out.
I think Hallbach said it. He'll be out at least for this week's game.
Okay. Browns at Bengals, another division game. There's a lot of division games.
Still in the third one. Who were the Ravens playing?
Steelers, Ravens and Steelers. Out 1 to 3 weeks, says Mace. Man, Mace is our Our real fucking Adam Scheffler over here. Just got all the reports.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, fourth one. Sorry.
Browns at Bengals. That's an easy one.
Mhm.
Should be. It's also a division game. Jets at Bills. Whew. That's a division game, isn't it? Texans at Cowboys, because I know you're already ready. This one hurts.
I know it does, doesn't it? But come on.
Oh no, the next one, I mean.
Oh, go.
Eagles at Giants.
Sorry.
There's no fucking way I'm picking the Eagles in that game. Hell no. I don't give a fuck how down and out we're considered. We beat the 17-0 fucking Patriots in the Super Bowl, so I have faith we could beat the Eagles today. I know it's a different team, still the same name, so that's just got to have that belief. Anyway, moving on. I will say this. If there's anyone that is depending on my picks to place a bet on for the week, maybe reconsider the Giants pick. I'm going to just throw that out there that it's completely biased. This is my fan passionate love for the team. That's it. Anyway, moving forward. Jaguars at Titans. Shout outs to the homie Carlos. Jaguars at Titans. That's a tough one too. God damn. Ready for next
You
one?
can always use my picks, Carlos, if you need to. I'm just nasty with it, you know. I'm just on a roll.
Ain't nobody pick undefeated yet, so it don't matter. Chiefs at Broncos. Is this the game where Russ cooks?
Oh my god, that would be some shit. That would be like the case, wouldn't it?
Panthers at Seahawks.
I think they're starting. The Panthers are starting. What's his name? I don't know his name.
Sam Darnold?
No, the other guy.
I don't fucking know. As far as I know, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield. Oh, PJ Wheeler? Is that it?
Yeah. Yep.
Russ been burning ramen.
Right?
For real.
Oh my god.
And there really are a lot of tough choices.
And
There
they
really
don't-
are.
It's crazy. Like was it Pete Carroll that made him look good? That's the question.
Buccaneers at 49ers.
Wow, that's gonna be a good. Oh my gosh, you have the last draft pick in Tom Brady's class, and then of this class. Oh man, that's tough. San
That is
Fran's
tough.
defense, though. Okay.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this one. All right. Dolphins at Chargers.
Oh. Okay.
And Monday night game, Patriots at Cardinals. Ooh, that's tough too.
Now remember, Cardinals just had a bye, so they've been rested.
Or rusted.
We're rusted, yeah.
All right. Well, my picks are in.
All right, you going through them?
Yeah, we can go through them real quick.
All right.
You know what? No, we're not going to go through them. Oh, wait, we have to go through them. That's right.
I was going to say, I thought we have to.
It's the whole point of the segment. Okay, Raiders and Rams. Who you got?
Raiders.
I got Raiders. Vikings and Lions. Who you got?
Vikings.
I got Vikings. Ravens and Steelers. Who you got?
Steelers.
I got Ravens there. That's interesting.
Because Lamar Jackson is out, so.
I think even a Lamar Jackson list Ravens is still going to be able to triumph there. Browns Bengals. Who you got?
Come on now.
Yeah.
You should already know that.
Both got Bengals. Got it. I have to ask Jets Bills. Who you got?
Bills.
I got the Jets on that one.
Of course. I figured you were going to pick the Jets because,
I mean, you going to pick the green team against mine, right?
Well, the Eagles are good. I mean.
And the Jets ain't?
I'm
sorry. Have you beat the Jets yet this season?
Shut up.
Moving on. Texans at Cowboys.
Cowboys.
That's who I got. Eagles at Giants.
Eagles.
I got the Giants. I ain't going to not pick the Giants. Jaguars at Titans.
Titans.
I got Titans. Chiefs at Broncos.
Chiefs.
I got Chiefs. Panthers at Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I got Seahawks. Buccaneers at 49ers.
49ers.
I got the Bucks on that one. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if the 49ers quarterback does not produce the way that everyone is anticipating for him to produce, because he did well with an already winning score. He came into that game already winning, already ahead, and had to play a game plan that was kind of laid out for him to be a little easier than what he would do if he's going against one of the greatest of all time quarterbacks teams. And he's trailing, for example. Meanwhile, the 49ers defense might be good for the rest of the league, but perhaps the well-seasoned veteran mind and eyes behind Tom Brady can see through it and pick it apart the way he always does. I'm going Bucks on that one for those reasons alone. Well, a long-winded explanation just to say, the goat's the goat. Anyway, moving on. Dolphins and Chargers. Who you got? Who was it in here?
Huh?
Dolphins and Chargers. Who you got?
I said Dolphins.
It didn't come through. I got Dolphins as well. Okay, and lastly, Patriots and Cardinals. Who you got?
I put Cardinals.
I got Cardinals too. Interesting. Not a ton of differences, but a couple of key ones. Well, the Eagles are good. The Eagles are good. I'm not saying they're not, but I'm not going to pick against the Giants, especially for the Eagles.
I think the Eagles are more complete and better this season than they were.
The Eagles can be fucking 16-0, getting ready to win their 17th game of the season to be a complete perfect season. The Giants, on the other hand, could be 0-16, getting ready to lose their last game of the season to be a completely winless season. I will still take the Giants over the Eagles every fucking time. Never won't do it. Anyway, that's our picks for the week. That's Hail Mary for the week.
That's angry carnage for the week.
Man, it just sucks because so you know why? Because the Giants ain't supposed to be good this year, and they're actually showing the fuck up, and they're playing games, and they're doing well, and it's all getting swept under the rug because the Cowboys look good, and the Eagles look good, and now Washington's starting to look good. Everybody else looks good. You realize this division could have gotten to the playoffs with fucking 8 wins last year. Now all of a sudden you got to have 8 wins just to get a wild card because of this fucking division. It's wild. Anyway. Fuck the Eagles. Hell yeah, Maze. Fuck the Eagles. That's Hail Mary for this week. Let's find a raid target. Let's get the hell out of here.
Oh my god.
It just we got Tomb Raider to play. Oh my god, it pisses me off. Man's got passion. Yeah, I heard you. We do got Tomb Raider to play. We've been playing some Tomb Raider. The whole series, the trilogy, the most recent trilogy. So we're on Rise of the Tomb Raider right now, and we're getting ready. We're about a quarter way through it. So we're on the second one. We're getting ready to finish getting ready to start the third one after that.
So 2 a.m. almost damn near last
it's night. It's a dope game. It's a dope series. I never played through it before. It's a good time.
It's good.
Good story, all of that. Yeah. But we do have a raid. This is an easy one. I'm gonna say this, y'all, in case y'all didn't hear it once already. DMG is getting ready to do their Christmas event. It is starting tomorrow on the schedule. Kicking things off, we have none other than Runa FS. Runa FS is going to be the first one to start the we're raiding Elder Mohawk, but tomorrow Runa is going to be the one to start to kick off the event, the Christmas event. So she will be going on at 4 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know what she's doing yet. It should be a good time. She's been kind of keeping it hush hush. So we'll look forward to seeing that. Immediately following Runa, she's going from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern time. Hot Sauce Tony making his debut on a DMG TV event and a DMG TV stream. That's going to be exciting as hell to watch. Make sure to check that out. Elder Mohawk later on in the week is going to be streaming as well. We're rating him now, so be sure to say what's up to him. Also, Shy is going to be streaming all weekend. She's got 7 to 9 on Friday. We're picking up on 9. And then Saturday, she's got DMCA at 6. She's got her own stream following DMCA. Shy is going to be on DMG TV all weekend, y'all. So make sure to look forward to that. Check her out. And for now, let's go say what's up to Elder Mohawk. Show him some love. He is playing Amazing Cultivation Simulator, whatever the hell that is. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us.
If you guys want to do your picks, don't forget to put them in the Discord.
Schedule in the Discord. It should be there soon. From what I understand, it's being worked on tonight. So soon. Thanks, guys. Peace. Love you. Check you next week. We out.
Bye.
It's over. I'm gonna hang out in Elder's chat for a little bit here.
Good show, Bubs.